Well, hi again, everyone, and welcome to my 1949 season replay. And tonight, we have a very good game scheduled. A game played on June 14th, 1949, and it will involve the Brooklyn Dodgers and the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are riding an 8-game winning streak and are now 3 games back of the Dodgers in the National League. So, without any further ado, let's get started. So here are the lineups this evening for your Brooklyn Dodgers. Pee Wee Reese is going to lead it off and play shortstop. Mike McCormick, reserve outfielder, will be in left field. Carl Furillo will bat third and play right field. Jackie Robinson will bat cleanup and play second base. Gil Hodges will hit fifth and play first. Billy Cox will be at third base hitting sixth. Duke Snyder will be in center field hitting seventh. Bruce Edwards will catch this game and bat eighth. And Preacher Roe, with a 4-2 record and a 2.22 ERA and a 0.84 whip, will be on the mound for the Dodgers. For St. Louis, Chuck Deering will lead off and play center field. Red Schoendienst will bat second and play second. Stan Musial will be in right field hitting third. Eddie Kazak will hit cleanup and bat fourth. Enos Slaughter will be in left field batting fifth. Marty Marion will be the shortstop hitting sixth. Nippy Jones will be at first base hitting seventh. Del Rice will be the catcher hitting eighth. And Howie Pollet, with a 5-2 record and a 3.84 earned run average, will be on the mound batting ninth. So let's get this game underway. From Sportsman's Park in St. Louis, it's the Brooklyn Dodgers and the St. Louis Cardinals. Howie Pollet to face Pee Wee Reese. Pee Wee is hitting .312 with 6 homers and 28 runs batted in. Defensively, Enos Slaughter will be in left, Chuck Deering in center, Stan Musial in right. Around the infield, Eddie Kazak will be at third, Marty Marion at short, Red Schoendienst at second, Nippy Jones at first, Del Rice behind the plate. So here's Pee Wee Reese with an 0-2 pitch from Pollet, the left-hander, and Reese slaps one down to shortstop. And Marion up with it with a throw over to Jones for the first out of the game. Reese came into this game with a 10-game hitting streak. So here's reserve outfielder Mike McCormick, a veteran. McCormick, in limited duty, is hitting .197, has 9 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter Pollet on the mound with a 3-1 to McCormick, and McCormick is going to pop it up in foul territory. Nippy Jones has it for the second out. Here's Carl Furillo. Furillo hitting .388 with 6 homers, 34 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter, 0-1 pitch from Pollet to Furillo, and Furillo grounds it down to third. Kazak over to Jones for the third out. So the Dodgers go up 1-2-3 in the first, and here come the Cardinals with Chuck Deering leading off. Deering hitting .296, no homers, 10 runs batted in. Preacher Roe, left-hander, to Deering. Roe is third in the National League in ERA at 2.22, and Deering is going to be the first base runner of the day. Oh, I'm sorry, he grounded out. I'm sorry, I was not paying attention. Excuse me. That's a ground out to the first baseman. So Deering is out. Here's Schoendienst, second baseman, .298, 2 homers, 22 runs batted in. Wine in the pitch, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Preacher Roe with his first strikeout of the day. And Shane Deans goes down. So here's Musial. Musial, 363 average, 13 homers, 41 runs batted in. From the left side of the plate, Roe to Musial, and Musial lifts one to right, and that ball is out of the park, 386 feet for a solo home run. And the Cardinals now lead it 1-0 as Musial hits his 14th homer of the season. So here's Eddie Kazak batting in the cleanup spot today. Kazak hitting .275. He has no homers, 20 runs batted in. 3-2 count pitch, and Kazak goes down and swinging on a called third strike. Roe with his second strikeout, but he gives up a solo homer to Musial, and the Cardinals take the lead 1-0. So here's Jackie Robinson to lead it off in the second for the Dodgers. Robinson's hitting .321 with 2 homers and 32 runs batted in. Pollet on the mound. 3-1 pitch to Jackie Robinson. And here's the pitch, and that ball is going to be lined to Nippy Jones at first for the first out. Here's Hodges. Gill hitting .338 with 9 homers, 31 runs batted in, right-handed hitter. Pollet on the 2 Hodges, and a little dribbler back to the mound. Pollet up with it, and Hodges is going to beat that ball out for an infield single. So the Dodgers have their first runner on here in the second for Billy Cox. Cox only hitting .152. He has a homer and 12 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter Cox, ground ball down to Shane Deans. He has one play over to Jones, and that's the second out, with Hodges moving down to second. Here's Duke Snider. Snider hitting .274, 8 homers, 38 runs batted in. Left-handed batter, Snider, and that ball is hit to left center field, but Deering is going to be under it to make the play, and the Dodgers leave a man on. And we go to the second. Cardinals up 1-0. Leading off for St. Louis, Enos Slaughter playing left field today. Slaughter, .359, 5 homers, 33 runs batted in. Here's the pitch to Slaughter, and Slaughter rips it to right field for a base hit. On one hop to Ferrello. He gets the ball back in, and Enos Slaughter has a base hit, and the leadoff man is on for the Cardinals for Marty Marion. Marion hitting .282 with 2 homers, 19 runs batted in. Slaughter at first, nobody out, 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be a bunt. Marion bunts it back to the pitcher, over to first base for the out. Sacrifice. Slaughter moving down to second. Here's Nippy Jones. Jones hitting .299 with 1 homer, 19 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter, runner in scoring position with 1 out, and Jones lifts the ball out of the ballpark, 406 feet to left center field, and the Cardinals take the lead 3-0 on a 2-run homer by Nippy Jones. That is Jones' second homer of the year. RBIs number 20 and 21. That brings up the catcher, Del Rice. Rice hitting .214, 1 homer, 12 runs batted in. Cardinals up now 3-0. Looking for that 9th win in a row. Here's Rice, and that ball's hit up the middle. Robinson behind on the edge of the infield to pick that one up, throw it over to Hodges for the second out. And here's Howie Pollet, .115 batting average, but 2 runs batted in just 26 plate appearances. Pollet swings and misses, and that's going to be the 3rd strikeout for Preacher Roe. But he finds himself in a 3-0 deficit with the Dodgers up here in the 3rd. So Bruce Edwards, the catcher, is going to lead off. Edwards is hitting .298, 2 homers, 12 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter, Pollet into Edwards, and Edwards is going to hit a ball into deep short. Marion up with it, makes the play, 6-3, 1 out. Here's Preacher Roe. Roe hitting .286, no homers, no RBIs. 2-2 pitch to Preacher Roe, and Preacher Roe hits a sharp ball to Red Shane Deans, but Shane Deans is up with it, makes the throw over to first for the second out, and that brings up the top of the order in Pee Wee Reese. Reese 0 for 1 on the day. 2 outs, 3-2 pitch to Pee Wee Reese from Howie Pollet, and that's going to miss outside for ball 4, so the Dodgers have a base runner on with 2 outs for Mike McCormick. McCormick 0 for 1. Winding the pitch to McCormick, and McCormick drills one to left, but that ball is going to stay up, and Slaughter's going to have it to make the play for the third out. So we move to the bottom of the third. Cardinals up 3-0. The leadoff hitter, Chuck Deering, is up for St. Louis. Deering 0 for 1. Winding the pitch, and Deering grounds it to Reese. Reese over to Hodges, 1 man out. Here's Red Shanedeans. Shanedeans 0 for 1 also. Winding the pitch, Shanedeans ripped to right. That ball's going to drop in front of Ferraro for a base hit, and Shanedeans have his first hit of the game. And a runner on for the Cardinals with 1 out. Here's Musial, homered his last time, solo shot. Musial now hitting .366. So a runner on first with 1 out. Roe may be in trouble, and he's going to walk Musial. So now the Cardinals have 2 men on with 1 out. And here's Eddie Kazak. Kazak is 0 for 1 on the day. Kazak from Roe, and Kazak grounds it to Reese. Reese over to Hodges for the second out, but the runners advance with Red Shanedeans going to third and Stan Musial going to second. Here's Enos Slaughter. Slaughter 1 for 1 today, now hitting .362. 1-0 pitch to Enos Slaughter, and Slaughter is going to hit one right up the middle for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score on that as Slaughter moves up to second base and on the throw towards home, and the Cardinals now lead it 5-0 on the Enos Slaughter single. So, with a runner on second and 2 men out, Marty Marion is now up. Marion walked his last time up. Ripped to right field for a base hit. Ferrillo is going to field it on a hop. Slaughter is coming all the way around. Ferrillo with a strong throw, but not in time. And Marty Marion with an RBI. And that's going to make it 6-0 Cardinals. Here's Nippy Jones. Jones with a 2-run blast. Last time up. He's now hitting .303. So 2 outs. Preacher Roe is still out there. And here's Jones. And that ball is going to be popped up. And Pee Wee Reese will snag it right behind second base for the third out. But the Cardinals get 3 runs on 3 hits with 1 left on, and they increase their lead to 6-0. So Pollet cruising. Here's Carl Ferrillo. Ferrillo 0 for 1 in this game. Winding the pitch, Carl Ferrillo is going to line it to Eddie Kazak for the first out. Here's Jackie Robinson. Robinson 0 for 1 also. Brooklyn only with 1 hit in this game so far. Here's Robinson. And that ball is going to miss outside on a 3-1 pitch, ball 4. So Jackie Robinson is down at first with excellent speed. Here is Gil Hodges. Hodges 1 for 1 on the day. He's upped his average to .342. Robinson at first, 1 out. Dodgers trying to get something started here. Here's Hodges, and Hodges blangs it out to Deering. Deering moves over into right center field to make that play. Had Hodges played perfectly for 2 outs. And here is Billy Cox. Cox 0 for 1 on the day with Robinson at second, 2 men out. Cox swings, and that ball is going to be caught by the first baseman, Nippy Jones, and the Brooklyn goes down. But we move to the bottom of the 4th with the Cardinals up, a commanding 6-0 lead. Here's Del Rice. Rice 0 for 1. Roe has now given up 6 runs on 6 hits. He's walked, run, and struck out 3 through 3 full innings. So here's Del Rice batting against Roe, and Rice is going to get one through past Robinson for a base hit. Looked like he was going to catch it, but he didn't, and that's going to be a single for Del Rice. So the Cardinals have a man on. Probably a bunt opportunity here for Pollet. Nobody out. Howie Pollet does square, and that ball is going to be fielded by Roe over to Hodges First out, Del Rice moves to second. Sacrifice bunt by Howie Pollet. So here's Chuck Deering. Deering is hitless in this game, 0-4-2. One out, and Deering is going to line one into right field off the wall. He rounds first, headed into second base. Del Rice is going to score, and Chuck Deering sliding into second with a double, and the Cardinals now lead at 7-0. Roe is still out there. Here's Red Shandings. 8 hits in the game now for St. Louis through 3+ innings, 3 1/3 innings. So here's Shane Deans. Shane Deans is 1 for 2 on the day, now hitting an even 300. Runner at second, 1 out. Cardinals up 7-0. Shane Deans pop up into short left field. Reese backs up behind the skin and takes it for the second out. So here's Musial. He's 1 out of 1 with a homer and an RBI and a walk. So here's Musial. 2-out opportunity for Stan. 1-2 pitch, and Musial is going to hit this. This ball will not get out of the infield. Reese all the way at the edge of the infield dirt to make the third out, and the Cardinals lead 7-0. So Pollet with a big lead here. Here's Duke Snyder with Edwards and then Roe's position coming up in the batting order for the Dodgers. 5th inning, Duke Snyder on the day 0 for 1. Pollet winds and pitches, and that ball is going to be ripped in to left center field for a base hit. Snyder takes a big turn at first, and the center fielder has his first hit of the day. So here's Bruce Edwards. Edwards is 0 for 1. Runner at first. Edwards. That ball is going to be hit to Shane Deans, to Marion, over to Jones, 4-6-3 double play, and that makes it 2 outs. And a pinch hitter for Preacher Roe. Tommy Brown is going to pinch hit for Preacher Roe. Brown, hitting .348 in 23 at-bats, has 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. So here's Tommy Brown, right-handed batter. Nobody on with 2 outs. A full count pitch to Tommy Brown, and here's the pitch. And he swings and misses, and Pollet gets him on a call on a swinging third strike. And that might have been Pollet's first strikeout of the day. I'll check that. And now on the mound is Maury Martin for the Dodgers. Martin is 1-2 with a 7.66 earned run average. So let's see if he can keep this game close as Eddie Kazak, the third baseman, comes up 0 for 2 on the day. Here's Martin. Bottom of the 5th, Kazak for the Cardinals. Wind and a pitch, and that ball is popped up to the catcher, Bruce Edwards, for the first out. And here's Enos Slaughter, left fielder. Slaughter is perfect today. 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. He is now hitting .366. Martin to Slaughter, and back to the pitcher. Little high throw there by Martin, but Hodges brings it down, and that's going to be the second out of the inning for Marty Marion. Marion is 1 for 1 with an RBI and a walk. Here's Marion. Wind in the pitch, and Marion lifts it to right, but Ferrillo drifts over and makes the play for the third out. St. Louis maintains a 7-0 lead, with Pee Wee Reese now up to the plate for the Dodgers in the leadoff position versus Howie Pollet. Pollet has only given up 2 hits. He does have 1 strikeout, as I thought. Here's Reese, 2-2 pitch from Pollet, and Reese is going to hit a little number back to the mound. Pollet with the throw over to Jones, retires in 1-3, 1 man out. Here's Mike McCormick. McCormick 0 for 2, playing left field today for the Dodgers. McCormick is going to hit one to deep center field, fairly well hit, but Deering is under it to make the play for the second out. And here's Ferrillo. Carl Ferrillo 0 for 2. Now hitting .384 on the season. Ferrillo wind in the pitch, and that ball's hit. That ball's a lot farther than I thought, but Deering is back for it and makes the play for the third out. So 2 hard hit balls off of Pollet, but are outs, long outs. So we move to the bottom of the 6th. St. Louis is up 7-0. Here's Nippy Jones. Jones is 1 for 2 with a homer and 2 RBIs, now hitting .301. Maury Martin on the mound for the Dodgers. Wine in the pitch to Martin. Ground ball over to Robinson. Robinson to Hodges. One man out. Here's Dale Rice. Rice hitting .221 now. 1 for 2 today at the plate. Full count to Rice. And Rice is going to hit this ball on the infield. And Pee Wee Reese has it for the second out. Here's Pollet. Pollet 0 for 1 officially. Here is Pollet. He has a sacrifice in this game also, and he's going to take an inside pitch for a called third strike from Maury Martin, his first strikeout, and that's going to end the 6th inning. And we move to the top of the 7th with Brooklyn still down 7-0. Jackie Robinson lead it off, to be followed by Hodges and Cox. Robinson is 0 for 1 officially. Here's Jackie facing Pollet, 1-2 pitch, and Jackie Robinson looks at a called third strike, 1 out. Pollet now with 2 strikeouts. Here's Gio Hodges. Hodges on the day, 1 for 2, now hitting .340. Hodges with a 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss, and Pollet with another strikeout. That's his 3rd strikeout now. And here's Billy Cox, 149, 0 for 2 for Cox. 1-1 pitch, and that ball is going to be hit pretty sharply down the third. Kazak is up with it. Jones digs it out and makes the play for the 3rd out. So we move to the bottom of the 7th with St. Louis leading 7-0. Here is Chuck Deering. Deering on the day is 1 for 3 with an RBI, raises average to .297. Nobody out. Maury Martin still on the mound for the Dodgers. A 1-2 pitch to Chuck Deering. And Deering hits it to center field. That ball is going to drop in front of Snyder. A base hit for Chuck Deering. And the Cardinals have a runner on first with nobody out. So here's Shane Deans. Shane Deans is 1 out of 3 on the day. 9 hits now for the Cardinals. Deering with a lead at first, and there's Shane Deans out into short center field. Snyder up with it, makes the play for 1 out. Deering trots back to first. So here's Musial, 1 for 2 officially with a homer and an RBI. Stan now hitting .364, and Musial opposite field to the left, but McCormick is under that ball to make the play for the 2nd out. And here's Eddie Kazak. Kazak hitless today, 0 for 3. Runner still at first. Ground ball down to Robinson. He runs over to second, makes the play himself, and that is going to retire the side. So the Dodgers have 6 outs left against Howie Pollet to try to pull back into this game. They are down 7-0, and the Cardinals have a chance to pick up a game in the standings on the Dodgers. So here's Snyder. Snyder is 1 for 2 on the day. Duke Snyder, center fielder. Wind in the pitch to Snyder, and that ball is lined to Marty Marion at shortstop for the 1st out. So here's Bruce Edwards. Edwards is 0 for 2 on the day. Wind in the pitch from Pollet, and Edwards skies one. That ball will not stay in the ballpark. 401 feet for Bruce Edwards, a solo homer. The Dodgers get on the board with a run, and it's now 7-1 as Pollet loses his shutout opportunity. Bruce Edwards with his 3rd homer and 13th run batted in. So we'll probably likely see a pinch hitter at this point, and it is going to be Gene Hermansky, the left fielder, for the Dodgers. Hermansky is hitting .371 with limited plate appearances this year. 4 homers, 20 runs batted in. Here's Hermansky to face Pollet. 7-1. Cardinals still lead it. He's 1 for 8 as a pinch hitter, and he's going to draw a walk. So on a 3-2 pitch, Hermansky trots down to first with a walk with 1 out. Here's Pee Wee Reese. Reese is 0 for 2 on the day officially. Here's Pollet with an 0-1 pitch to Pee Wee Reese, and Reese swings and misses. 0-2 that was an 0-2 pitch and tipped foul, I believe. and that ball was tipped foul. So he'll get another chance here. Now a 1-2 pitch, and Reese is going to hit that to center field, but Deering is under it to make the play for 2 outs. And here's McCormick. He's going to bat. McCormick 0 for 3 on the day. Pollet on the mound to McCormick, and McCormick is going to get a walk. So Mike McCormick moves down to first. Decent speed at first in McCormick, and good speed with Hermansky. And here's Carl Furillo. Furillo is hitless today, 0 for 3. They need a big hit out of him to try to make this game close. 2 outs, 2 on for Furillo. 1-0 pitch to Carl, and Carl hits one to right field, and Stan Musial is under it to make the play, but McCormick is going to advance to third, and Gene Hermansky is going to score on that play. And so, with that, oh, wait a minute, that was a double. I'm sorry. What happened there? I think I missed that. Let's replay that. Yeah, here's Furillo. Musial made an error on that play, so I missed that. I thought he caught that ball. That's an error. So Gene Hermansky scores on the fly ball to right, and Mike McCormick goes to third. So that is what happened on that. And I completely got fooled on that play. So the Dodgers stay alive. They have 2 men in scoring position now within a 2-out rally here for Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson is 0 for 2. So that hurts the Cardinals there, as Robinson is going to take a ball 4, and that's going to load the bases up. Pollet is still out there with 2 outs, and the bases loaded for Gil Hodges. Dangerous hitter in Hodges. He's 1 for 3. 9 homers on the season. So here's Hodges with 2 strikes to him, and Gil is going to swing and miss the 3rd strike, and Pollet gets out of the inning. But not before the Dodgers get 2 runs, and they are now down 7-2. Jack Banta is now on the mound for the Dodgers. Banta is undefeated, 3-0 with a 1.71 earned run average. So here's Enos Slaughter. Banta, a right-handed pitcher. Slaughter, 2 for 3 today with 2 RBIs, hitting now .364. Enos Slaughter up. Jack Banta, wind in the pitch, and Slaughter hits one down to Jackie Robinson. Robinson over to Hodges for the first out. And here's Marty Marion. Marion on the day, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Here's Banta. Banta, pitch to Marion, and that ball is going to be conked into right field for a base hit. And Marty Marion is on with the second hit of the day. So here's Nippy Jones. Jones is 1 for 3 with a homer and 2 RBIs. Scoring opportunity here for the Cardinals with 1 out. Nippy Jones up, and Jones hits one to center field for a base hit. Snyder can't get to it, and that is going to be a double with the Marty Marion moving to third, and the Cardinals threatening here with second and third with 1 man out for Del Rice. Rice is 1 for 3 on the day. Banta to Del Rice, a 1-2 pitch, and Rice swings and misses. Strike 3. So that's going to be 2 outs, and Howie Pollet is going to come out of the game, and third baseman Tommy Glaviano is going to come in to pinch hit. Glaviano, 333 on the season with 3 homers, 10 runs batted in. So Glaviano batting for Pollet with 2 outs in the 8th. Cardinals up 7-2. Here's a full count, and Glaviano is going to ground it down to Billy Cox. Cox all the way over to first, makes the play, and the Dodgers get out of the inning. But they're down 5 runs going into the ninth. And on the mound for the Cardinals will be Ted Wilkes. Wilkes is 2-2. He has a 1.74 earned run average. So, let's see how the Dodgers do here against a tough pitcher in Ted Wilkes. So Billy Cox is going to lead it off. 0 for 3 for Billy. Wilkes has 11 saves and is first in the league. Here's Cox down to second. Shane Dean's over to Jones for 1 out. Here's Duke Snider. Snider 1 for 3. Ted Wilkes, 2-2 pitch to Duke Snider. And Snider is going to look at a call, third strike for the second out. And here's Bruce Edwards. Edwards 1 for 3 on the day with a homer and an RBI. 2 outs. Cardinals 1 out away from a big win here. There would be their 9th in a row. Edwards with the pitch and swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ted Wilkes comes in the 9th inning and gets 2 strikeouts in relief. And the Cardinals win it 7-2, their 9th win in a row. Here are your totals for Brooklyn. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Brooklyn left 6 men on base. For St. Louis, 7 runs on 11 hits. They made 1 error, a drop ball by Stan Musial in right field. St. Louis left 5 men on. Homers in the game. Bruce Edwards hit a home run in the 3rd with 1 on. With nobody on off of Howie Pollet. And for the Cardinals, Musial hit his 14th home run off of Preacher Roe with nobody on. And Nippy Jones hit his 2nd home run in the 2nd inning off Preacher Roe with 1 man on base. Howie Pollet gets the win. He is now 6-2. Preacher Roe takes the loss, 4-3. Well, thanks everyone for joining me for this game, and I look forward to being back with you next time for the 1949 Out of the Park baseball season replay. Hope you enjoyed it. Good night, and see you next time.